Is it okay to do full body 3 times a week, or is it better to have a proper routine? So this is the recommendation I always have for people. Do full body 3 to 4 times a week, right? For your first like month of lifting. And then after that, once your body gets accustomed to it, then you start with like split. So like yesterday I did my first like at-home workout, like my first real at-home workout in 2 months, right? And I literally just did a full body thing, and today I'm sore, right? Like everywhere I'm sore. Even though I went super light, even though I didn't go heavy, even though I didn't push myself to failure, right? I'm still sore. So it's like, I need to get my body back into the feeling of being in a routine again. So for the next like 2-3 weeks, I'm just going to do full body, right? And then afterwards, I'll probably start doing a split again. But I'll see. I might save going back to a split for when I'm back in the gym. How can you be so secure about that knowledge when a lot of people's bodies work very differently? So see, this is the problem with people nowadays. You're going to say something like, you're going to sit there and you're going to say something like, my body's different than his body, so we don't work the same. Not true. You respond the exact same way to everything that every other human being responds to. And the only difference is if you have a condition that makes it so you don't. But even then, there are universal truths that you can apply to everything. So like, it's not like there's going to be one guy where when he eats cheesecake, he'll gain muscle, and another guy he won't. Because these are just like biological truths to our system that to gain muscle we need protein, right? Not just any calories. So the thing about it is, when you have like a biological truth, there is no such thing as like people's bodies work differently. Forehead, like no, they don't. Not when it comes to shit like that. The only thing bulking does, let me explain it to you. Will it make you gain a little bit more muscle if you do a bulk cut, kind of like split, right, with like your diet? Maybe. But what it's really going to do is it's going to give you an eating disorder. That's what bulking is going to do. It's going to give you an eating disorder, an obsession with calories, an obsession with looking a certain way. And it's like the problem with like bodybuilding nowadays and weightlifting is that people get so obsessed with numbers that they end up killing themselves mentally because of it. Literally. Right? They get obsessed with the concept of like, I need to eat this amount of calories, I need this amount of protein, I need to go this amount of minutes on the treadmill, I need to lose this amount of calories on the fucking stair climber, I need to do this amount of reps on the fucking shoulder press, I need to do this amount of fucking pounds, amount of weight on the fucking bench press, right? And it's like, they get so obsessed with numbers that it stops becoming about the feeling of getting better, and now it's just about pushing these numbers further and further, right? And that's why when it came to lifting with me, I never had an obsession with numbers. I would never weigh myself. I would never measure my arms. I would never count calories. I would never track macros. I would never do any of these things, right? I would just show up to the gym, do whichever exercises I felt like doing, right, in that day. And then I would do that, I'd get home, I'd eat what I want, but I'd say, yeah, you know what, I'll try to get protein with every meal, and then that would be that, right? And then by having that kind of like mindset, and that kind of, I guess, view on the gym, it made it so that I have a very like healthy relationship with the gym. Whereas like most people, it's this very unhealthy, mentally abusive thing, where it's like, they never feel like they're good enough, they never feel like they're reaching their goals because their goals are constantly shifting, right? And it's the same problem with streaming, right? The gym is the same thing as streaming. You're gonna have a guy who might love streaming initially just for the sake of streaming, but then eventually he might get obsessed with like, how many followers did I get today? How many subs did I get today? How many viewers do I have, right? And then at that point, it stops becoming about what you love at the core of the activity that you're doing, and it starts becoming more about just pushing the numbers further and further. Instead of being effort-based, you become results-based, right? And it's just, you want to see the results now. Why do you think so many guys are going to sit there and they get on fucking Tren or SARMs 6 months into lifting? I knew a guy in fucking high school, grade 11, 3 months into lifting, started SARMs. They do this because for them, it's just about getting bigger. It's about doing this, that, instead of just actually enjoying the activity. And then it's almost like it becomes an unhealthy lifestyle, you know? People are going to sit there and be like, oh, the gym is a healthy thing. It's a healthy lifestyle. Yeah, but not for the majority of lifters. For the majority of lifters, it's an unhealthy lifestyle, right? And that's the problem with it nowadays. And that's why when I say don't bulk, don't focus on losing weight, don't do this, do that, go to the gym, have fun, you know? The reason why is because I'm trying to promote a healthy kind of lifting. Not one where it's like you're just like based on results, but one where it's like you go to the gym, you feel good, and then for the rest of it you can just do whatever, you know? And I remember my dad had a friend, right? My dad had a friend, and he said that one day he went on vacation with this friend, and this guy was like big into the gym, right? And they went to Miami, and at one point my dad says, let's go to Disney for the day, right? He says, let's go to Disney, and then the guy looks at him and says, you know, I'd like to, but I can't, because I'd miss a day of the gym and I'd get small. And it's like, for that guy, sure, the gym is like a core part of his life, but it's almost like people allow it to take over their lives, and that's what you never want. Something should always be like an addition to your life, and not something that it's centered around. And that's the problem. It's like people are gonna form these like obsessive, almost like they're gonna form these like obsessive kind of fucking views on everything, right? An obsessive view on the gym, on league, on streaming, on fucking I don't know, school, whatever. And it's like they just become so obsessed with this thing that it's almost like their entire life revolves around it. And some people even make it people, you know, like they get obsessed with a person, you know. And that's the problem. You should always just view everything as an accessory to your life, almost like your life is a keychain, and like the gym is just one key on the keychain. Not that you're just holding that one key, which is the gym. You see what I'm talking about? Holy shit. Rant over just in time for the game to start. It is fucking lit. That's like saying you can't aim for Challenger, just play League, bro. No. Because the thing is, it isn't, oh, don't aim for Challenger, just play League. It's because it's almost like sitting there and tracking every day how much LP you gain, how much damage you did to champions this game, how many fucking turrets you destroyed. That's what it is, right? It's like you can play League with a goal in mind or go to the gym with a goal in mind, but to sit there and actively every day feel like you have, I guess, control over a long-term goal is extremely unhealthy, right? And that's the problem with it. It's that people want instant results and they want to feel instantly gratified for something that takes years to attain. Years to attain. That's how people can get obsessed with it, because the lifestyle change makes them feel so much better. Not necessarily. It's because of humans' tribalistic, like, mentalities. So what do I mean by that? I mean that when you join the gym, it's almost like you become a part of this tribe, right? The tribe of the gym goers, right? And that's why you're gonna see, like, on TikTok, people are gonna sit there and they're gonna like glorify fucking taking like 800 milligrams of caffeine before for a workout, and you're like, what the fuck is this, right? But it's like, for these people, they're just gonna like center around certain things, right? Same thing with the new, like, how now hardstyle is like in, you know? When hardstyle just used to be more of like a niche thing, it's like now everybody's listening to hardstyle and shit. It's the same thing with like the gym. It isn't because the lifestyle makes them feel better, it's because the sense of community they get from being in this lifestyle makes them feel better. That's what you have to understand. It's very rare that doing something is going to make someone feel a certain kind of way, but being and having access to like a community of people who are also involved in it, that's what's going to make you happy. Alright, what if I tell you guys that low-key though, we have Zillion Sona this game. And it's like the Zillion Sona might just go fucking crazy. Oh, you are fucking dead, Mrs. Akali. Perfect. I'm gonna shove out wave. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. It's like I got you, Mr. Orn, man. The whole gym culture, I feel like, just fit in really well. Coming in from being a league kid my entire life was really weird, but a good pivot. No, I agree. I think it's like a good thing. But the problem is that the problem with gym culture is that it's just bully culture at like a further level. So like you're gonna have these people who started off as like the fat kid, right? And then it's almost like they constantly push this idea that being the fat kid is bad, when that's initially what like mentally damaged them to the point where they felt like they had to like get rid of that, you know? And that's like where I came from. Holy shit, this one's a beast. Oh. I'm coming. Perfect. I don't know, I just, because, so remember earlier when I was talking about like tribes and how some people like feel like they're part of this tribe mentality, right? The problem is that they do the same thing, but it's almost like It's like a gym bro's gonna sit there and he'll watch a video of like one fat woman being like, I don't like guys' physiques who are like muscular. And then he'll sit there and he'll put out a video to like 1 million people being like, look, this is what the fat people think about us, right? And then it's almost like then you're gonna have all these guys like, oh yeah, I love being fat phobic, and like they're just like them training and shit, but it's like it's just cringe, you know? It's a problem, I don't know. It's just like a problem, and that's the reason why I don't like, I guess, the online gym culture, you know? Like, that's the reason why I'm not invested in it at all, why I don't like look at any of the influencers and shit like that, because most of them are just people trying to like emulate Ziz. Like, that's just all it is, and I don't think it's necessarily a good thing. Holy shit. Nice. And now we take dragon. As I see this from a streamer, I see so much casual fat. I mean, the thing is, it's like, it's just the fact that the problem with sitting there and saying like, oh, like, yeah, I'm fat phobic and shit is just that the future people who are gonna end up becoming gym goers, all you're doing is giving these people body dysmorphia. That's all you're doing. And that's what I hate about it, right? It's like there's a healthy way to go about encouraging people to do a lifestyle change, but sitting there and making them hate themselves because of the way they look, right? And then saying like you need to change yourself because you hate yourself, it's never a good thing, ever, right? That's the problem with it. Whereas like if they were more like, oh, you could be more involved with like the gym community and like, let's say gym bros giving advice, like talking about problems, shit like that. Like that's a much healthier way of, I guess, joining it. Not because you hate yourself. Not because you want to change, not because like you never feel like you'll be good enough, right? Because then that's what makes people like me, you know? People like me who people will sit there and be like, oh man, your body looks great, but it's like I'll look in the mirror and I'll say like, does it? You know, it's like you only spot the imperfections, you only spot like what's wrong about you, right? Spotting imperfections is gonna happen in everything you get involved in. It's not just a gym thing. No, but you don't understand. It's that like, okay. The thing that you have to understand is that it isn't so much as spotting imperfections as much as it is never noticing the good and only ever noticing the bad, you know? Like, you're gonna sit there and you'll never think to yourself like, oh, you know, like, I look like this or I look like that and then this is good but this is bad. It's like you'll only ever sit there and be like, this needs to be improved, this needs to be improved, this needs to be improved, this needs to be improved. And it's like, you never get to a point where you're happy with it. It's almost like the people who will sit there and say like, I just need to lose 5 more pounds. I just need to lose 5 more pounds. I just need to lose 5 more pounds, right? And then when they lose those 5 pounds, it's like, it isn't enough. But they're like, I need to lose 5 more, 5 more, 5 more, 5 more, right? It's the same exact thing, except instead of losing weight, it's about like gaining weight. Listen, I'll tell you guys a story. I have this friend, right? He's the son of a family friend. I was talking to him a few days ago. Guy is 16. He's in high school. He's 16, okay? Hockey player. He'll probably go NHL one day. I'm not trolling. He's that good, right? And he had to take 2 months off of lifting because he got an injury, a shoulder injury. He told me that in that time frame, he went down to like 140 pounds. And in 3 weeks, he got back to like 170 after getting back in the gym. And I said, what? I'm being dead serious. And he told me that he would literally eat until he was puking. Like, not until he wanted to puke, until he was literally puking every single day. And it's like, I'm telling you guys, this shit, it's fucked. Oh, Twitch is still waiting? Alright, we just play through this one. Yo, team. I mean, I have completed Chainsword, like, should be vibing now. I guess not. I guess even with completed chainsword, he's like not killable at all. Good news is I got that herald though. Let's chill. Oh. Oh, well, I'm dead. She didn't recast it! Nice! She would've got to 8 and go bounty. Oh, it's because he has frozen heart, that's why. I was like, wait, why is he not dying? Okay, just back up, wait out the channeler, wait out the channeler. I mean, I don't know why that fight was so bad. Does Zillion get that at least? That's so sad. I mean, we're fine. I just think that Cyril does. And I think MF is getting it too, so it should be okay. This is a pick. Perfect. Oh, this is huge! Wait, that was a massive MFR. Hold on. Oh, I need phase rush if I'm gonna live. Woo! Not bad. Well, the good news is MF has her Soroldas now, and I got my last Whisper. So it's like it's chill. Perfect. Oh, that should be the game, honestly. If Assange would have gotten that flank, who knows what would have happened in that fight. But it's like I stopped her from getting the flank. Alright, we'll fight you guys for one game from Challenger Cutoff, but we're not stopping to our 900 LP today.